So I'm Darryl Macer, the President of the American University of Sovereign Nations. In February 2014, something very significant happened in the United States of America. We established the American University of Sovereign Nations degree programs on sovereign land in Arizona. For the first time, there was an establishment of a Masters in Public Health program in a part of the world where you see an average life expectancy of 49 years for Native Americans, living in a wider community with an average life expectancy 30 years greater. So despite a century of efforts to improve education, to improve the health, to improve the educational outcomes of this community, the conclusion is things are not working. So the idea of establishing a graduate program on sovereign land is that we could, by having this educational institution established on sovereign land for a graduate program, we can develop indigenous researchers and people from every part of the world who can help transform their communities. We have students from Nepal, from Cameroon, from India, from Australia, from Canada, from Spain, from New Zealand, from the United States, from Thailand, from Philippines, from Rwanda, everywhere around the world, more than 45 countries of the world joining together, all are facing a common challenge. Why do I want to study at a new university with different ideas? Why not go to Harvard? Why not go to Cambridge University? Well, many of our faculty, including myself, went to such universities. But our conclusion is these do not serve the wisdom traditions of the world appropriately. So we can establish a form of knowledge, a graduate school that values all wisdom, all knowledge from around the world. And that's what we've done. So in the subsequent 3 years, we have more than 50 graduates from our master's program, the Masters in Bioethics and Global Public Health, and a Masters in Public Health. We have another 50 still in the programs. This actually became, within a year of its opening, the largest Masters in Bioethics program in the world. The goal of this program is to train people who can then transform their societies. They can transform the educational structures and the institutional learning systems and the paradigms in their own country. So then we can establish back in each country their own dedicated degree programs. So we're training the future leaders of educational reform around the world. We did this by gathering faculty from universities in countries all around the world. We have over 80 faculty from 40 countries, people who had worked in United Nations organizations, in business, in indigenous knowledge reforms, in civil society, NGOs, in traditional universities, bringing their wisdom together. So that's the idea. So we'd welcome you to join us. Now the types of research that's been done are quite varied. For example, our Nepalese students, the thesis topics have included the recovery after the Great Gorkha earthquake, the situation of indigenous people in Nepal currently, the visions of youth in Nepal compared to Mexico and the United States, the public health emergencies of HIV, and the ethical dilemmas of different cultures. And from other parts of the world, you can find our list of all the thesis topics on the web. But we're trying to stimulate knowledge that would be useful. And in the university, our students come from all parts of the world, and they study in all parts of the world. They can stay in their home country, or they can go. Let's say they want to study in London, then they can go and study with our visiting professor, who's a professor at University College London. But they don't need to pay the fees at University College London. They can give a contribution to the American University of Sovereign Nations. They can have a degree from America. They can be in Nepal or England or France or Africa, wherever they would like to be. So that allows us the flexibility. If somebody's a lawyer, they may want to do international law. International law, we have professors in France, in Spain, and in Africa. So if they would like to do that. We also have a professor in Bangladesh, a professor of international law, humanitarian assistance. If they want to work in disaster recovery, they can work in that. What's the aspects of bioethics? So we combine an interdisciplinary delivery, some philosophy, some public health, some human rights perspectives, some environmental science. They can mix and match things together, which will then put them in a good position to study. If they are living in the United States, they are welcome to join. The program is delivered as a combination residential and online and on-site program. So we have trainings all around the world. We have regular classes in Arizona and also in other parts in the United States. And every week we have about 20 hours of lectures as a group Skype. So people gather together and they talk about issues from their own perspective. They reflect, they write a thesis, they come to conferences, they come to youth peace ambassador workshops, youth looking beyond disaster forums, other educational forums, and they share their knowledge. We would like people who want to make a change in the world. We don't require you to have done an English examination or GRE. These are culturally specific exams, and we don't prejudice people by having them to sit such exams. We're looking at people's reasoning, at their will, at their ability to think about knowledge in different ways, and to apply practical knowledge. So they might be working a regular job, they might want to supplement that by doing a degree. So if you have any questions, you can always come and try out and see if it's for you, because our faculty and myself as a president would like people to find something which is useful in their self-identification, in finding their own place in the world. Everyone has a place. They may have had successes, they may have had failures, they may have learnt lessons from their past experience with educational institutions and with other employments and work. But life is a journey, and we hope that we're part of it. We are part of it, and we can find, you can find pictures of our alumni, their stories, and their personal trajectories on our website. But just talk to us, talk to our alumni, and we really hope to see you. So please feel welcome to join. There is really no barrier to education for all and education of everything. Thank you.